Imagine your children vanishing without a trace, swallowed by the sea during a carefree sailing trip. For 12 years, Graham Ellery lived this nightmare, haunted by the loss of his 3 kids, Noah, Lena, and Chloe, off Australia's treacherous Kimberley coast. But one shocking discovery flips his world upside down, a photograph revealing a dark secret about the day they disappeared. What if they weren't lost in the ocean, but caught in a web of crime and betrayal? Join us as we unravel the chilling truth behind their disappearance, a story of a father's relentless fight, a family torn apart, and a town hiding secrets. This isn't just a mystery. It's a heart-pounding journey of survival and redemption. Stick with us to uncover what really happened to the Ellery children and how far one man would go to bring them home. In the small coastal town of Derby, Australia, Graham Ellery, 58, steps out of his modest weatherboard home, his face etched to the pain of 12 years without his 3 children, Noah, Lena, and Chloe. They vanished during a sailing trip on the Kimberley coast. Presumed lost to the storm, their case closed after just 6 months. Graham's life has since spiraled into grief and alcohol, straining his marriage to Mara, 56, who works tirelessly at a local restaurant to keep them afloat. Their arguments are sharp, filled with resentment. Go to drown yourself in another bottle? Mara snaps as Graham walks away, her voice heavy with frustration. You're not the only one grieving, she calls after him. But he doesn't turn back, the weight of their loss a constant companion. Graham trudges through Derby, feeling the pitying glances of neighbors like Mrs. Patterson, who avoids his gaze, and the Collins family, who falls silent as he passes. What are you all looking at? He shouts, his voice raw. In this small town, everyone knows his tragedy. The father whose kids never returned from a sail. He heads to his usual bar, the Bulb Tree, only to find it closed. Cursing, he diverts to the harbor, his mind drifting to that fateful day 12 years ago. Noah, 25, confident and adventurous, led his sisters Lena, 22, serious and thoughtful, and Chloe, 20, bright and youthful, to the docks. Back before sunset, Noah promised, his holiday hat tilted low. They never returned. Lost in thought, Graham takes a wrong turn, ending up near a beach where a weathered fisherman's cabin stands. A man mends nets outside. Callum Roar, Noah's old friend, who never came forward during the search. Suspicion stirs. Graham approaches, knocking on the cabin's post. Callum looks up, startled, his eyes flickering with fear. You're Noah's friend, right? Callum, Graham asks, shaking his hand. Callum's grip is weak. His response is clipped. Been a long time, Graham says, noting Callum's unease. You were close with Noah. Funny, I don't recall seeing you after they disappeared. Callum shifts uncomfortably, claiming it was hard for everyone. Inside the sparse cabin, Graham spots a photo on a cabinet. Noah, Lena, and Chloe on their sailboat laughing, wearing the clothes they vanished in. His heart races. Where did you get this? He demands, voice hoarse. Callum stammers. Noah gave it to me. But Graham presses. This was taken the day they disappeared. Were you there? Callum's silence betrays him. You were with them, Graham growls, grabbing Callum's collar. 12 years I've lived in hell, and you knew something. Callum gasps. They'll kill me if I talk. Under pressure, he confesses. Noah was smuggling drugs for Indonesian fishermen, delivering to biker gangs at Hidden Reef Cay. Lena and Chloe were there that day, unaware of the deal. Something went wrong, and Callum, terrified, never returned to pick them up as planned, warned off by the gang. Furious, Graham storms out, clutching a beer bottle for comfort. He calls Mara, but her phone goes to voicemail. She's at work at the Pearl restaurant. He heads there, pushing past the hostess to find Mara. It's about our kids, he insists, loud enough to draw attention. Mara emerges, annoyed but concerned. In a quiet staff area, Graham reveals Callum's confession. Noah's drug smuggling the gang, the danger that ensnared their daughters. Mara's disbelief turns to pain. Not Noah, she whispers, but the truth sinks in. His secret of cash, frequent sales. They resolve to go to the police, determined to reopen the case. As they near their home en route to station, Graham notices the front door ajar, the lock broken. Inside, nothing seems disturbed until Mara finds a package on their bed, A kilo of drugs wrapped in plastic with a note. We know what you know. Keep quiet or else. The timing is no coincidence. Callum must have alerted someone. Ignoring Mara's plea to wait, Graham opens a package, confirming it's drugs, likely cocaine or heroin. It's a trap, he realizes. If we go to the police now, we're the ones holding drugs. But Mara insists, we can't stay here. They know where we live. She grabs her father's old revolver from a lockbox, slipping it into her purse. They drive to the police station, the drugs in a shopping bag in the trunk. Halfway there, a police cruiser pulls them over. Officers Reeves and Torres demand to search the car, finding the drugs. Graham explains a break-in in their children's case, mentioning Detective Marr, but the officer's demeanor shifts. They claim Marr is waiting elsewhere and insist Graham and Mara follow them. Mara, suspicious, snaps a photo of the cruiser's plate. The officers lead them to a remote house, far from Marr's known address. Sensing danger, Graham hesitates, but Reeves smashes the window, knocking him out. Mara fights back, reaching for a gun, but Torres subdues her. Graham wakes in a shack, bound to a bed, the smell of gasoline thick. Reeves and Torres, now in biker vests, stand with Blades, a tattooed gang leader. A TV shows Mara, Lena, and Chloe alive but captive. Blades reveals they've been used as drug mules for 12 years. You couldn't leave it alone, he taunts, tossing a lit lighter onto the gasoline-soaked floor. Flames erupt as he leaves. Graham, fueled by the sight of his family, uses a rusted nail to cut his ropes, escaping through a window just as his clothes catch fire. Outside, an Indonesian man, Mahmoud, douses him with water, saving his life. Mahmoud, a former trafficker seeking redemption, reveals Noah was killed by the gang, thrown into a crocodile-infested river. Lena and Chloe are held at a compound on the Mitchell Plateau. Callum, guilt-ridden, alerted Mahmoud to watch for Graham. They trek to the compound, spotting Mara, Lena, and Chloe being forced into drug-laden jackets. As police helicopters approach, triggered by Callum's tip, the traffickers panic. Graham and Mahmoud ram their truck into the gang's vehicle, stopping their escape. Graham tackles a trafficker, reuniting with his daughters. But in the chaos, Mara is hit by a stray bullet, dying in Graham's arms, whispering, "You found them." At Derby Hospital, Graham holds Lena and Chloe's hands as they recover. They recount their 12 years of captivity, forced to smuggle drugs under threat. Callum, having turned himself in, provided key information to dismantle the gang. Mahmoud, arrested as a wanted trafficker, faces extradition to Indonesia, despite Graham's protests. The police uncover a network of corruption, including Detective Marr, who may have sabotaged the original case. Mara's funeral unites Darby, and Graham promises his daughters a new start, planning a memorial for Noah. The sun sets over Darby's coast as Graham, Lena, and Chloe walk together, their bond unbroken despite unimaginable loss. After 12 years, Graham's relentless search brought his daughters home, but at the cost of Mara and Noah. Lena, now 34, and Chloe, 32, carry scars from their captivity, yet their reunion offers hope. The community, once distant, now supports them, showing humanity's strength in dark times. Callum's late courage and Mahmoud's redemption reveal the complexity of human choices. Cowardice can give way to bravery, evil to atonement. This story is about more than loss. It's about resilience and the unyielding love of family. Graham vows to be the father his daughters need, sober and present, as they honor Mara and Noah's memory. What would you do for your loved ones? How far would you go for truth? Share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more stories of survival and redemption. Let's cherish those we hold dear, and keep seeking the truth.